Hey, what's up?
Hey,
All good?
yeah, I'm great, man. How are you?
Nice, I'm doing all great, thanks.
Awesome,
So,
awesome.
I've got to tell you this story,
Yeah, sure,
man.
sure, sure.
Yesterday night, I was talking to one of my classmates, and he purchased a new phone. I asked him what phone did he purchase, and he told me he purchased a Redmi phone. So I was like, why would he purchase a Chinese product at a time, when Indian government is
Yeah, true,
discouraging
true.
so much against China? In fact, the entire world is against China.
Yeah, that's true.
So we spoke about this for some time, and then I asked him, does he know why is India against China? And surprisingly, he didn't know the answer. Like, that was such a simple question. He just hung up on me. He just made some random excuse and hung up on me. So I was so surprised that he didn't know the answer. Like anyone would, even a person like you would know the answer to that question.
Yeah, you're right.
You
Yes.
do know why is India against China, right?
You know what? I'm kind of busy. I'll call you later. Okay, okay. Yeah, bye.
Alright. See, this is what happens when you're not aware of your surroundings. By the way, do you know why is India against China? If you don't, I've got a friend who can help you. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Samplify show. Hope you're having a great day. So I'm assuming there are two reasons that you might be watching this video. First one being, you might want to know why is India against China. Second one being, you perhaps like to see me. Well, in either of the cases, thanks a lot for tuning in. It means a lot to me. So without further ado, let's get to today's topic. So the controversies between India and China can be dated way back to the 1950s. Yes, the banning of Chinese apps and the Chinese goods are related to a history which is approximately 70 years old. So let's get back to the time and see what actually happened. In 1956, shortly after the People's Republic of China was formed, the first Chinese premier, Mr. Zhou Enlai, noticed that the border of Aksai-Chin, which is a region near Leh, was not clearly demarcated by the Indians. So he thought, Jiran miao bian je, nashi womanda. And that's what he did. The Chinese got control of the Aksai-Chin region by building a road and putting up border posts in that area. And since India did not have any strong arguments, it had to settle with that decision. So next time you're sharing food with your friends, make sure not even to leave a single bit of your part in their plate, or they might just claim your entire piece. However, that incident led to India clearly demarcating its border by the famous McMahon line, which was satisfactory to the Chinese at first, but not for long. Between 1956 and the 1960s, Chinese argued that several parts beyond the McMahon line belonged to them. So in order to occupy the territories and maintain pressure, the Chinese began sending troops to the border area. And in response, even the Indian government started sending its troops to the border. However, the sending of Indian troops by the government was pretty unorganized, and the soldiers had to carry approximately 20 to 30 kilos on their backs since they had no idea what they were going to face and what not. This unorganized settlement had hampered the reaction time of the Indian soldiers by a lot, which later on led to a huge disaster. On the 20th of September 1962, the Chinese soldiers ambushed one of the Indian border posts with heavy gunfire and grenades. This resulted in a deadly cross-border war and a series of skirmishes for the next 2 months. According to the Indian sources, approximately 1,400 Indian soldiers died during the war, and approximately 5,800 soldiers were either captured, missing, or wounded. Now let's get back to the 21st century to see what's happening. Back to the 21st century, there have been several such skirmishes between India and China, the latest one being as recent as on the 20th of June 2020, which resulted in the death of 35 Indian soldiers, and this was despite several attempts of a peace treaty. India and China are like two siblings. Well, maybe not siblings, who keep fighting all the time no matter how many times their parents scold them. But we must also not forget that India depends heavily on China for its raw materials and industrial goods. Just like you are very incomplete without your phone, in today's date, Indian manufacturing industries can also be called incomplete without the Chinese raw materials. But due to the fall in reputation and worsening relationships with the Chinese in recent times, due to obvious reasons, Modi government is taking huge steps to make India independent of the Chinese. Well, you might ask then, why ban the Chinese apps? It's not like China depends on its apps or cares about its apps in India. But you would be surprised to know it actually does, and it actually does a lot. The Chinese apps, which are also used by the Indian soldiers, tend to collect personal information without any notice. And I'm pretty sure that you wouldn't want your ugly pictures or perhaps your browsing history in the hands of the Chinese. And that is the reason why we Indians must bid farewell to the Chinese apps and also the Chinese goods. All in all, that is the reason why India is against China. I had tried a different format in this episode. Instead of talking about several topics, I chose to pick one topic and talk more about it. Let me know in the comment section which format do you prefer the most. And if you like this video, make sure to like it and do not forget to share it with your family and friends. I'll see you next Monday, and until then, take care and goodbye. بدون تو میمیرم تو که نیستی من هستی سراغ